Hey, it's BklynTye at BklynTye NYC. What's the word? Hey, it's BklynTye, and you're tuned in to What's the Word podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For some of y'all, I'll say welcome back. This is episode 4 of season 3, and I appreciate you all for tuning in. As always, thank you to those who have been reading and sharing my blog, telling a friend to tell a friend, buying my merch, and being a walking billboard for me. Y'all have been following me on social media as well. You know, I appreciate you all for spreading love. It's the BklynTye way. If this is your first time, where have you been? But as always, better late than never. So I welcome you as well. Make sure you check out my previous episodes and my blogs at www.BklynTyeNYC.com. And that's www.BklynTyeNYC.com. You can also shop my merch. I have hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, double-sided totes, mugs, and still more to come. You know, support and spread love. If you're not already following me on IG and X, go follow me now at BklynTye NYC, BklynTye NYC. And now, let's get started with Tie Talks.
Yo, what up, fam? It's your friendly neighborhood fly guy, Cool Kim. Hey, I just want to send my condolences to everyone opposing this because right now, I'm on What's the Word podcast with my sister, BklynTye. And listen, it ain't no lie. Anything we do, stay fly. You understand? Keep tuning in. So much more to come. Peace.
Hey, y'all. So this is my first episode of 2024. I'm really excited. First, disclaimer. I'm recording live and direct from New York. They're doing construction. So if you hear banging, I apologize. So it's 2024. This year, my motto is I'm focusing on me more in 2024. Now, 2023, the focus was on me. And this year, I just feel like I need to do more. I am happy to say I accomplished a lot of my goals in 2023. Like I went to Africa. That really changed my life. That was a lifetime, long-term bucket list goal. So be sure to check out season 2, episode 5, episode 6 to hear about that experience. I celebrated my bestie who officially became a nurse. We've been friends for like over 25 years. I love her to death. I'm very proud of her. My youngest started her senior year in high school and started stepping more out of her shell. My mom retired and has been living her best life, and she deserves it. My son has been doing mad shit with like his acting and performing arts. My oldest turned 30. And every time I think of that, I'm like, oh my God, I've been a mother for 30 freaking years. My second oldest found love. And, you know, I'm very happy for her with that. And, you know, not for nothing, I still have my grandmother and we're 5 generations. So, you know, but to start the year off, to know me is to like know that I don't even consider January the beginning of the year. I start the year off in February because to me, January is like leftover bullshit from the year prior. And we have to, you know, still manage the kinks of sometimes considering still keeping people in our lives into the new year and rethinking our goals and dreams. And so, you know, I really don't count January. February is when I really start paying attention to what I'm trying to do with the year or how I want the year to go. This year, we got to stop letting people play in our face. Like, that's first and foremost. 2023, 2022, you know, people were getting away with doing a lot of shit. But 2024, focus on yourselves and things will actually go a little bit better. I feel that. I feel that. So this episode, I wanted to share, I recently went to a PodCon that Wallow 267 had in Philly. It was free. It was an amazing journey experience. So I'm going to get into that. And, I did do a blog on this event. So you can check that out, www.BklynTyeNYC.com. But I wanted to go more in depth with this experience because, it was a lot that I learned. Wallow had a lot of quotables, like the friendship and love that he has with Gilly is like nothing you've ever seen between two grown ass men who are not like blood relatives. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to share the audio from that. I'm gonna play that at the end so that it could just be like, one straight run through. And yeah, so let's get into that now.
Yo, it's Johnny Famous. I'm tuned in to What's the Word podcast. You already know what it is. Brooklyn in the building. What Johnny doing?
So like I said, I went to the PodCon. So I'm up a few weeks ago, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I'm on IG. I see Wallow. He does a post that he's about to do this PodCon. So I'm like, all right, bet. I just said I want to try to, get better with my podcast this year and my blogging. Plus, it's a great opportunity for network. And so, fast forward, it's the day of the PodCon. Now, my journey started in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. I had to be at work, I believe, at 5 a.m., if I'm not mistaken. So I do a whole shift Thursday. I get off of work Thursday. Now, there's a method to the madness. So don't be like, why didn't you just go from Virginia Beach to Philly? Listen, the way my money was set up, I got there the best way I could, right? So I do a whole shift Thursday. I take the bus from Virginia Beach to New York. I spend a whole day, I get to chill with my daughter. I get to like I said, I did a whole blog on this experience and you could read about the journey, but I spend a day with my daughter when she gets out of school, whatever. Saturday morning, I take the bus from New York, from Manhattan to Philly. Now I get there a little bit early, so I spend a day with my stepfather, chill. He make breakfast for the family or whatever. Then he drops me off at the Met in Philadelphia. So I get there. They give us badges. When I walk in, it's like a whole bunch of, podcasts, bloggers, media people, photographers, people that do audio, people that do videography, like everybody's just mingling. A lot of Black people, mainly Black people. I love to see it. So, it was out and it was also dope to be able to see a lot of people who are there by themselves, like I was, because I was a little bit hesitant. I'm always a little bit hesitant. A lot of events and things that I go by myself. So it's all good. But anyway, this event goes on. It's like 4 or 5 hours. Now, mind you, it's Saturday. I still have to get from Philly back to New York and from New York back to Virginia by Monday so I can get to work. So anyway, I'm amazing. I'm dope. Anyway, so Wallow was our host. This event, we had Charlemagne the God as a speaker, Dolly S. Bishop, Angelica. She's from the Shade. She's the creator of the Shade Room. Brian Anderson from YouTube. Herman Dulce, I call him, he goes by Haitian CEO, and Damaris Long. So it's like a little forum session. And, like I said, Wallow is our host. If you don't know who he is, the mayor called him a chief connector. So he's a true community leader. He's an ex-con. He did 20 years in prison. He's proof to me that you could do dumb shit in your adolescent years and do the time and still come out and be a better, amazing person. And I mean, like I always say, life is what you make it. And he's really, to be honest, lately, he's been my motivation every morning. He shares these posts of him yelling about, telling us to get up and do shit. And for me personally, that's how I have to be spoken to, because especially early in the morning, he's loud as hell, but what he says is really, really things to motivate you. And he'll add other people who have said a lot of motivating things. Because right now, with, as always, lately, I stress to check on your strong friends all the time, because people are going through a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that we are going through. We just out here trying to better ourselves in this world. So, he's younger than me by 2 years, but his birthday is the day before mine. So we're kind of similar in a lot of things that we say. And, anyway, so he's helping people, to me, realize their purpose. He stresses to never give up. So even from this PodCon, there was so many quotables. He said, don't do too much, but be consistent. Nothing supersedes the content. Know what you're doing. And when you're working with a team, understand that others' strengths and weaknesses, understand each other's strengths and weaknesses, and everyone can't be a boss, but everybody or everyone can be a partner. That, when you take that in, when you think about that, he was like, it may be that second or third, it may not be that second or third, post or video that you put up. It might be that 15th episode that go. So for me, that hit because, I do a lot of posts. I try to post a lot of things that I'm going on, that I have going on that's interesting. And sometimes I just feel like people aren't supportive and, but at the same time, I just have to keep going, and that's what I'm going to do. And like you said, you're only going to get what you invest into yourself. So I'm investing in me. This year, I'm about to be working on my cafe. I'm really focusing hard on that at this time, because I don't plan on working for somebody else for the rest of my life. So with that being said, let's play some audio. I'm going to give you some clips of Wallow, him and Gilly talking. It's going to start with Miss Cheryl Parker. She's the mayor of Philly. She was there. She came out to bless the event before it started. So it's going to start with that, and then it's going to go into Gilly and Wallow talking, and just some really cool things that was said. So check this out.
Yo, what's the deal, y'all? It's your boy Ski Beats, and right now I'm chilling with BklynTye on What's the Word podcast.
I thought about this on the way in. You've become one of Philadelphia's chief connectors.
Okay.
One of Philadelphia's chief connectors. I'm here to say thank you to you. They've been laughing at me a lot, y'all, because I'm not afraid to tell my age. I let people know I'm hip-hop plus one. And So because I was born in 72, I grew up in the 80s on old school hip hop. So MCs to me are poets. And I was listening to the song. You know how everybody has a fight song? My fight song is called Welcome to the Terror Dome. You probably have never heard of it before, but it's my fight song. You might think it's corny, but it's my song. I came in, look, guess what Chuck said? What you need to do is get your head ready. Instead of getting physically sweaty. When I get mad, I put it down on the pad and give them something that they never had. That was Chuck's gift. That was Chuck's gift. So your gift might be with the camera, with the podcast. How you turn what your passion and your purpose is into something that's not just for you, but where you can motivate, inspire, and encourage people. Listen to this. Not to wallow. Not to wallow in any negative experiences they've had in their lives. Because if you constantly stay looking back here, you can never walk to get up here or work to get up here. So thank you for helping to encourage me.
We got the hardest job in the game.
Give it to him.
Because everybody that came before us, one of the main reasons why they popped off is because they was promoting negativity. You know how hard it is to pop off and you being positive? Because it's like, the youth don't want to hear that shit. They ain't trying to hear no old nigga telling them how to be a young nigga. They don't want to hear that shit from you, nigga. But everything that we do, just our whole team right here.
That's it.
Just our whole team right here.
That's it.
Now, unfortunately, I fucked their lives up. They live with me. But they get paid good. And they get to take free trips to, what's the country you went to with your wife? St. Martin and all that type of shit. So. But everything we do is with these two right here. Everything. We ain't got a big production.
I'm gonna tell you something important. Not to cut Gil off. Reason that we got into, because for some reason a lot of cameramen got, if you're a cameraman, I'm giving you this game, pay attention. Everybody want to be Slash. A lot of dudes think, oh, let me give Gilly a while so I can take pictures, this gonna promote me. They are cameramen that want to be cameramen. They don't want to be stars, they don't want to rap, they ain't got a clothing line. Y'all be doing too much shit, bro. Y'all doing too fucking much. That's why you gotta cut them or get up out of here. Like, because we need people that want to focus. And a lot of times you see all this big production, that shit don't mean that we did some of our biggest shows in trap houses. We pull up, we got 2 cases, that's it. Nothing supersedes the content. Oh, I got this guy shot. I don't give a fuck if you shoot on your phone. You can do it. Get that shit out there, be consistent, know what you're doing, and stay the fucking pocket. I'm gonna give y'all all the information. I need y'all to take this fucking game and go out there and make it happen. Don't worry about the other podcast. Don't worry about, oh, we gotta get this many views and this, that. Fuck that. It might not be the second or third, but it might be that 15th episode that go. Because you're not chasing the clicks, you're just chasing the information or whatever you're doing. You might have a podcast about a podcast discovery. You might have a podcast about hair and beauty. You might have a podcast about what's going on in your community. Or you might say, you know what? I'm going to do a restaurant podcast where my whole thing is about the best foods in Chicago, the best foods in Philly. And it's going to go because now you get a sponsorship dollar from all the restaurants, from the travel bureau of the city. But I'm going to tell you the different ways you can get money. Me and this dude, on Everything I Love, when we first started, episode like 1 or 2, I said, damn, man. I said, I'm going to fix some ads. He said, all right, man, do what you want to do. So I just, if you remember the beginning, I said, this episode was brought to you by Diva Glam. Man, you have any good hair lately? Me and this dude created Backdoor Bobby. A Springfield Hyundai. Go in there and Google Backdoor Bobby, you go in there and you get a car. Like, but we was able to get it because that fake ad that we did first is showing the example of how an ad will look on that thing. You gotta find the person in the company that understands culture. And another thing, you gotta pay attention to the local businesses. Don't worry about the CPMs. We ain't pay attention to none of that shit. The whole podcast links, we ain't do that. We upload that bitch on Buzzsprout and we put it on YouTube and ran it everywhere and just set our shit up. So we go in there, I say, listen, cuz, we gonna get 25,000 for 4 minutes. He said, nigga, do what you gonna do, nigga. You be reading all that dumb shit. go ahead. I sit down, I say, listen, man. I said, so what we gonna do? And I gave him the whole picture there. I said, this is how the commercial gonna be. I mean, you want free for honey, you come in, good credit back, whatever, all that shit. He said, how much you want? I said, man, listen, man, our rate is around like 35,000 instead of 30. He said, why? I said, you know what? We gonna work with y'all.
Oh, do the jail shit that you always do. Go ahead, point that finger, bite your lip. But I got a little deal for you.
I got a deal for you. You know what? Cuz, come here, cuz. I hear you. Tap. Walk outside. Give us a moment.
You don't see that? You got these niggas, cuz.
So,
Listen, go ahead and down and tell him. Try 25, but cuz he expensive, man.
Yeah.
See, big companies do shit on me. See,
he got all these numbers, social media.
this is expensive.
Damn.
Just give us 25. We might can make it happen.
So he said, great. Can we get 3 months? I said, hold up. That nigga kicked my foot. Dumbass nigga, shut up. I said, that's the deal. We walked out again. I come back 2 days later. I said, cuz, I got us another one. He said, who? I said, it's a little different. I got that. I was at this funeral, and I met this girl. I'm talking about, it was a nice funeral. It was just nice. He told me, all right, what the fuck? I met this girl named Aisha Boy from Canada. He said, what you mean? Boy funeral home. I said, what the fuck did that? Cuz, people gotta get funerals. They gotta go out right.
It's all the real fans, you remember.
So listen. I say, Asia, I said, listen. She said, I need some, bro. I've never done this. Nobody never. I said, Asia, I got it. She said, how would it go? Listen, you know your family's going to die today. When you want them to die, you want to leave them like they're still living. They're in the casket. Once you go to boys' funeral, and one thing about them, they're going to send you out like you're still living while you're dead. This is I'm just being real. Ain't they the shit? They the shit. I was at a funeral one time and the motherfucker, I thought I was talking to somebody that looked so alive. So bam, she hit us off. We gave her a deal because, she was coming this time. She called us back after the second episode and said, stop, we're getting too many bottles.
Hold on, goddamn it, shout out. She said, keep the money though.
Yeah, we get too many bottles, no more.
I said, my money ain't thing, it's what you think.
So,
Fuck you mean?
I'm talking about, now Pete, I went to everything to truckers, I had all different companies, but as simple as putting the deck together, sometimes it's word of a mouth. If you live in a town or you somewhere, everybody already know you pop. People don't know that they need advertising on your platform till you tell them. Ain't nobody just coming to you like, no, they're not coming to you. You gotta sell the advertisement to them. Listen, number one, we're gonna mention you on our podcast. Number two, we're gonna put you on the screen when we mention your number, your email, all that. Some of y'all go as far as put it in the YouTube, mention the links. So go to their website, whatever. But you gotta.
Hold on, let me get some more game. Number three, depending on how much money you give me, we talking about a restaurant that y'all eat your food while I'm doing the podcast.
Yup. Yeah.
Goddamn, this goddamn burrito, goddamn
Ronnie's burritos.
motherfucker's good. So yeah, last week, E. Diddy and Cassie, right back to doing your podcast. You shout them out, you get right back to
1 minute,
whatever.
1 to 2 minutes, but it's about whatever you know, negotiate. But everybody in here got somebody, they got a clothing line, they got a barbershop, they selling hair, they selling all type of stuff. It depends on your podcast, whatever you want to promote. But at the end of the day, you got to tell them what they get. Everything is about going to them and bringing them down.
You guys follow me on Instagram. We follow the Maris and I on Instagram. We travel often. Championships are won on the road, right? Because how many, this is, first of all, give it a Hawala real quick. Give it a Hawala, right? Because how many times are situations or PodCons or conferences like this happen in your own city for free?
Never.
Having out the never. Right?
Never.
So I go to conferences, I go to meetings, I go to chamber of conference meetings, I go everywhere because I meet a lot of people that have the same mindset that I do. Right? Look, we're here this evening, 3,000 people of the same mindset. What was one of the house rules? Network. Right? I can't tell you. Now people are like, yo, Herm, can you sit with me to mentor? I can't sit with you to mentor anymore because the things that I'm doing and the things that I'm learning is because I'm in the rooms with people. It's one thing to be in the room, but it's one thing to shake your hand, talk to somebody, hey, what do you do? I had a DJ real quick at the side. He pulled me to the side. He was like, yo, what do you do? I was like, I do funny. He's like, I heard I do DJ. Pulled out his camera and started recording immediately. So this is how I get into rooms, make business partners, and make some money.
The other part of it is add value to somebody. I know there's a lot of things that y'all want from somebody, but what can you pour into them in order to make the relationship beneficial to the both of you? Because if you pulling from me all day, I ain't got nothing to give nobody else a drink. You got to be able to give it back. It's not always about you. Because how I sit in this seat, according to the Lord, my life ain't my life. I'm a service to all of y'all. I don't do this by myself. So if I don't do what I do, y'all don't do what you did. So remember to pour into somebody.
It's funny, right? Because I always believe, and I came up off of, for y'all don't know, I came up off of, and I used to say this in some of my early videos. I used to have a shirt I printed out called YouTube University. Because that was the only college that I went to. And I think the greatest thing about YouTube University is that I came up 13th and Allegheny, I came home out of prison, I'm like, grandma, good. And all I keep telling people, YouTube. And I used to find it crazy when people would DM me, ask me something, I'm like, don't you got YouTube too? Don't you got Google? So think about this. God from North Philly did all this time in prison, for those that don't know. I went from being called YouTube, and from YouTube University, now I'm the cultural advisor at YouTube. Now, I'm saying it to say this. Google is probably the fourth largest company on the planet. I spent 20 years in prison. I'm from North Philly and I'm the cultural advisor of YouTube, which is owned by Google. And let's say, now, it comes from being places you gotta be. I got a friend of mine, he's a conference killer. And I asked him one time, I said, damn, you be spending money on all these conferences? He said, no, I look up conferences, I go to where the conference is at, and I play the hotel where the conference is at, and I just cut into people. That's all he do. Like, we gotta start taking advantage of free information. And I gotta put this out there. Within the last couple of years, something was going on within the black community on social media. And everybody was kept saying, they call everybody scammers and they got caught. Let me explain something to you. This is what happened. When you think you slick and you try to take a shortcut, you say to people, I'm gonna go to this conference. They charge me money to do this and the third. They gave me all the information. They give me the free classes. But I'm trying to be lazy, so I'm gonna get them my $50,000 for a house and think they gonna do anything because I'm trying to be slick. Nobody played that part. Oh, you gave your money away to somebody because you was trying to take a shortcut instead of taking the information that's online and doing it yourself. So now all these scam you black people, fuck all that. You scammed yourself. All this information that we want, and this is the important thing. Like you be on YouTube all day, you follow your favorite rapper all day, you want all these blogs all day, you can't think about this. If you could give yourself a half an hour a day, you got something longer than that. If you give yourself a half an hour a day, go to YouTube and all you got to type is how to start a podcast, how to build a car, how to build a spaceship, how to build some macaroni and cheese. I'm just being, like, that's how to. Like, stop playing. The information is out here. You're only going to get what you invest in yourself. Like, we invest more into other people, and then, like, we know more about motherfuckers that's not giving us no money. Rap, I don't know about this Instagram girl, the rapper, this person, that. Do you know that much about yourself?
It's DJ B, Fresh Radio, Freshtopia, Philly, the VA, Scratch Mechanics is the crew, all right? Hey, you want to know what the word is? You got to holler at BklynTye. She spreads love the Brooklyn way, all right? What's the word with BklynTye? You already know.
Now, wasn't that dope? So it was really a lot that I learned, a lot that was learned. I wish y'all was there. Y'all need to follow Wallow. Follow Wallow. On Instagram, it's at Wallow, WALLO 267. Support him. Check him out. He's, like I said, he's really dope. He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot of things for the community. He's doing a lot of things to help us grow. This event was free. And that is very appreciative because a lot of people would charge you for the game that was given to us, like for real. So, I had to leave early. I mean, again, the shit was like 4 or 5 hours. I had to catch my bus. So I'm like, damn, can't find the Uber. Even though, like, I don't even really like taking Ubers, to be honest. So plus I just had a lot. I was overwhelmed. I cried a few times. So I was like, you know what? Let me see how far the walk is to the bus station. So I'm thinking I'm going to a bus station because anytime I go back and forth to New York, I normally take like the China bus, but I have taken Greyhound, which is right around the corner. So I'm thinking I'm taking Greyhound. I bought a ticket to take Greyhound, but back to the Port Authority. I'm thinking I'm going to a new location according to like where I'm walking. So I'm just hoping like, please let this be directing me in the right place. Plus I'm in North Philly. It's about this time. It's like 9:30 at night. This event doors opened at 4. It started at like 5:30. So yeah, like 9:30, 10, I'm walking in North Philly by myself. So I'm like, all right. So I'm following the GPS map or whatever. So I'm walking. I get to, I think SEPTA, which is like their subway is, I think it was like Spring Gardens or something like that. So it's like a 20-minute walk. I walk there. Now I'm looking for the bus, like a bus station. I'm like, what's going on? I see no Greyhound sign, no bus station, no nothing. So I do see a police car. So I'm like, hey, I'm trying to find like the Greyhound bus. So he's like, oh, it's right there on the corner. It's going to pick you up on the corner. Mind you, I got like an hour that I have to wait. It's cold outside. And then I'm like, all right. So then like one bus pulls up, let people off, people standing there. So now I'm like really not by myself. So I'm like, all right. Cop car still sitting there. I guess like to make sure the people getting on and off the bus is okay. Anyway, fast forward, the bus finally comes. I take the bus back to the Port Authority. I get there like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning because it's only like a 90-minute ride. But I still got to take the train. I got to take the subway back from the city to Queens. And then I have a night bus that night. So it's Saturday. No, it's Saturday. I get there Sunday. So I have like an afternoon bus, 5 o'clock bus Sunday. That's going to get me back to Virginia at about, I got back like 11:40, almost midnight. And then I still made it to work the next morning, Monday at 5 a.m. Like I never left. So that was that. That's all I have for you right now. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to tell a friend by sharing my podcast and my blog. www.BklynTyeNYC.com. That's www.BklynTyeNYC.com. You can also find this podcast everywhere podcasts are found. Follow me on IG and X at BklynTyeNYC. Again, that's BklynTyeNYC. Also, as always, be sure to check on your strong friends. Shout out to Smiles, my homie and producer and program director for this podcast. You can follow him at SmilesTF1. Definitely hit him up for all your music needs, any work done, producing, beat, and be sure to let him know I sent you. All right, I'm out. As always, spread love. It's the BklynTye way. Hey, it's BklynTye at BklynTye NYC. And spread love. It's the BklynTye way.